Hello, everyone. Just wanted to say that I was one of the chosen the first 100 for the Chick Fil-A giveaway. And the adventure all started on Friday night when I read the rules and learned that you didn't have to be the first 100 to show up, but just to show up between 5:30 and 6 o'clock and get entered into a raffle, and they'd pick 100 people. So I prayed about it and had a lot of other friends praying for me. My mom and I prayed about it, and I was sad when there was 9 spots left, and then number 99 came up, and it was my number. So that's when I was just blown away with emotions, and I just couldn't. I've been on that emotional high ever since, just being like, even though it's just, free food, it's not like I won $1 million or anything. It just feels like I won $1 million, hit the jackpot. So yeah, it was just cool to camp out on North Prospect. If you try to do that in a parking lot, I'm sure the police would show up and ask you to leave. So just to be out there with a bunch of other people, having a party, getting free Chick-fil-A and cookies and milk, and end up getting one of the Chick-fil-A cow little stuffed animals. Left that in the car for now, so I'll post a picture later. But it was just so cool to just hang out with people, get to know each other, and just have nothing other in common than we were all just getting free Chick-fil-A if we made it through the night. So about 10 o'clock, a lot of families went to bed. A lot of people stayed up and just played bags or talked. And we were playing, what's that game called? We didn't play test this game, and it was just, the rules were just so hilarious. It was fun to be able to just pass time with people that I may or may not ever see again. I play Pokemon Go, so there were, I think, 4 or 5 that I made Pokemon Go friends on the spot. And I've tried to make Pokemon Go friends in the past, and it's just really hard just to, I guess, to bring it up in conversation. So, but yeah, so I made friends, sent them gifts, and then around 2 o'clock, everybody was asleep. It got kind of cold about that time. And so I was able to sleep for about 2 hours, and then there was this garbage truck that came to empty the trash, and Chick-fil-A had scheduled it to come the night before, which they came the night before, but then they decided they needed to empty the trash again. So everybody was talking about the truck, the garbage truck that shouldn't have been there, but was. And so the people that went to bed at 10 ended up waking up and staying up for the next 2 hours, while the people who stayed up until 2 o'clock slept all the way to 6 a.m. And my air mattress kept going flat about every 30 minutes, so I just kept getting up and airing it up and going to the bathroom and then laying back down, and I would post different pictures I took throughout the night to Facebook. But yeah, I got this cool Chick-fil-A shirt, and got this button. It says, I am one of the first 100, and I was number 99 of 100. Bailey was 98 in front of me. Alexis was 100. There were 2 people that left or got sick, so there were 2 alternates who were able to get in the first 100 as well. So about 5:30, a lot of people, just were up. talking, getting excited for getting the gift cards. And of course, there's news people showing up, doing interviews with people. Like, it's crazy to camp out in a parking lot. And it's like, well, when are you going to get $325 worth of free food just for hanging out with people for 12 hours? So it was totally worth it. But at the same time, like, people are like, oh, why didn't you take the day off of work? And just with me working 4 or 5 different jobs part-time, it just was better to push through. And so the whole day I was just telling the story over and over again to people, and they were so happy for me. And even my sister, Chantel, texted me and was like, congratulations. And so I love you, Shanies. But yeah, I mean, I'm extremely blessed. God answered my prayers. And so I feel like in many ways that this isn't something I want to keep to myself. I want to share it with my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, those closest to me. And I get 52 meals that I can use anytime throughout the year. So it's not like I get one a week and it's like a stipend or anything. I get 52 meals. I can eat them whenever I want to. And so look forward to spending time with some of my family and just being able to eat some good chicken. So the waffle fries are amazing. I love dipping them in the Chick Fil-A sauce. And, with lemonade that's just sugar, lemons, and water instead of high fructose corn syrup is a huge, health factor. Just being able to have something that's quality, in some ways homemade, because it's made with real ingredients instead of processed ingredients. So, but yeah, so I took all my stuff to the car, and then I got in line and was in line to get food first thing in the morning. And the line was, I got through the line in maybe 5 minutes and then waited 30 minutes for my food. And I got the chicken biscuit, hash browns, and a coffee, which the coffee was key to getting me through the day. Just needed that caffeine. And so I was hoping to go back for dinner, but when I got there, it was just, there was no way you can get your car anywhere near that place. So it may be a while before I redeem those meals here in Champaign, but I believe there's other restaurants that accept it as well, not just the one in Champaign. So so glad to be able to be a part of this experience. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send them my way. I met a lot of cool people, some from St. Joseph and Royal and Tuscola. A lot of U of I students were able to get in, and got to hang out with 2 Jakes, and I'm trying to think of some of my other friends that I met. But yeah, it was super cool just to be able to meet people that I'd probably never run into, except that we won the lottery, and it was so much fun. What else? So the process was that once they called our number, we went in. We basically signed a waiver saying that that they could use our image or anything for publicity, and that we wouldn't sue them. And then they gave us a free Chick-fil-A meal. So they provided dinner, and then I called my grandma, both grandmas, Grandma Billman, Grandma Anderson, and just shared the exciting news about me having this opportunity to win Chick Fil-A for a year, and they were both super happy for me, and I'm so blessed to have them part of my life. So I love you, Grandma and Grandma, and talk to my mom. What else? Oh, I was looking for a spot to kind of set up camp, and there was just so many people that there just wasn't a spot to set up. So there was this really nice guy. I forget his name, but he had a little single tent, and he moved it sideways so that I could squeeze my air mattress and my backpack and whatnot next to his. And so, yeah, just everyone was super welcoming, friendly. It was it was funny to see the fun games that they did with the kids, giving away sunglasses and koozies and mugs and different things. And I had my Nintendo Switch, so I pulled that out and played some Smash Brothers and played with characters that I normally don't play with. And then I also was able to do some Mario Kart with some friends. But you know, everyone respected each other's stuff. There was no theft or anything. Everyone just trusted each other, and it was an amazing time to be able to camp out. There were a couple stars that you could see, even with the light pollution, so that was kind of cool. And it was a good time to just kind of see North Prospect just completely bare. Like, there were no cars going up and down the road. In some ways, I felt like I owned Chick Fil-A for 12 hours, because like I was one of the first people to be inside that building, and it was kind of like my home for 12 hours. So I'll just always have that memory of being one of the first 100 to be a part of the restaurant. And it was cool to see corporate and how they came in and really supported the Champagne restaurant, because there's just so many moving parts. And so Chick-fil-A's got an amazing team just to help support the amount of volume that they're going to be handling in the next, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm sure it's going to be just nonstop volume from open to close. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to comment below. And thank you so much for just watching this and just having an insider's perspective of what actually happened. It was definitely a story that I'm going to just think back on the rest of the year as I get Chick-fil-A, as I drive by the place and just remember these memories. And then I guess there was, I don't think I commented on talking with Lindsay from WBGL, but I was just hanging out with some people that I met, and Lindsay from WBGL interviewed one of my friends, and then Lindsay's like, "Oh, can I interview you?" And I'm like, "Sure." So it was cool to be able to meet Lindsay and talk to her. I'd been listening to her on WBGL since she was an intern, and so maybe 10 years? It's been a while. But instead of just a voice, I had a face to the voice, and just was able to share that, yeah, Chick-fil-A, yeah, it may be crazy to camp in a parking lot, but just what a great opportunity to be able to welcome Chick-fil-A and Bob and his crew to Champaign. So thanks so much for watching, and have a good night.